I have a new webcam and a new mic. It looks like my sound levels are pretty good. I hope that they are good. Um, I streamed the other day and it was a blast, and I got like a 3-2 and a 4-1, and then I shut it off and I immediately got the 5-0. So I just wanted to show gameplay from that, try to get some action on my YouTube channel again, uploading those 5-0s. So um, MTGO has this cool feature where you can kind of like replay your game. So just want to go through these games so you can see what ended up happening. So this first game is against White Black Control. I keep on the draw. A pretty decent hand, one lander, get thought seized. This was their best take for sure. I draw my second land and develop my one drops. This game is actually pretty boring, honestly. I kind of flood out after losing that Leaf Crown Visionary, not being able to draw a card off of that was pretty rough. Just a comment on what just happened there. Make sure, if you're in a position like that, you play your second War Land off before you're doing Sleet in case you had a Fatal Push. But yeah, you can see Kip a one-lander, just flood out, don't draw another non-land. But, we have some action going. Beseiju might be good against like Castle Lockthwain or maybe this Hive of the Eye Tyrant. But otherwise, they're at 13. Hopefully we draw more gas. They get 2 cards in hand. Despair Sentinel is not what we want. But actually, I think they lose the green for this trade right here. This card would have done some work. But instead they get this Edgar Markov, and the game kind of stalemates for a little bit. They're a little bit afraid to attack. Again, not drawing anything. I'm holding this in hand in case we draw Leaf Crown Visionary. Draws us a card. It's not really doing anything on the field. I don't think that does much. If we draw War Master, we get a token. Nothing great, but they're afraid to attack. So I feel like we're in a pretty decent spot. Once again, things pretty boring. They stand up their cave. I could have Beseju'd this, but I'm at 19, so I'm not really too scared. But it doesn't really end up mattering anyway because this collecting company hits 2 Shaman of the Pack, and that game is over. So that's game 1. Let's go into game 2. I haven't seen this one in a while, so I won't remember exactly what happens here. Obviously, we're on the draw. Sideboard into kind of like what we would do against red black, except I didn't bring any ways to kill enchantments. But Shaper's Sanctuary just seems great here. We got double Elvish War Master. We're kind of rewarded for drawing lands. We're rewarded for not drawing lands. We really like this hand. Lair of the Hydra is nice to draw there. It's a man land, obviously. March of Otherworldly Light is great for them to have right there. Didn't expect that. But at least they use a turn and a card to deal with it. This card's kind of cool. Never seen it before. Obviously, this is not a meta deck, and we win pretty handily against it. Our next couple turns are looking to be great. Collected Company in hand, Vivian Monsters Advocate, set up for some later card development. But yeah, just having Collected Company up just seems like a slam dunk. Invoke Despair obviously is pretty good. That's a really good hit on Invoke Despair. Or sorry, a really good hit on Collected Company. Obviously, we do Collected Company response just so that we can sacrifice the token that's made off of the War Master. And drawing that land really helps to get Vivian Monsters Advocate out. So that was pretty cool. Obviously, we didn't draw land, so we can't play that Elvish Mystic off the top. But I think getting that out is better than any alternative. They sweep the board, but we got a Vivian out, so feeling pretty good. And now we're just playing off the top. We got a lot of action going on. Not drawing a land is, not the best. But we're just hoping they don't sweep again. But we have a hand, our hands are full. Trying to refill it as much as possible. Got some Shaman of the Packs for later. I had the option here of playing a Llanowar Elf and drawing, or getting in for more damage. I didn't see the Shambling Vent, because I think that makes this attack a little bit worse. We could have attacked with just the 3/3 Trampler, and then we kind of like ran into this Path of Peril. So Not the best. I really, obviously I wish I drew an extra card off the Visionary, but I feel like it's hard to win in this spot anyway. They only have 2 cards. We have a bunch of stuff going on. Double Shaman of the Pack obviously is super impactful. I think we are able to just cast both of them right here, and that's game over. So it seems like this is like similar to Red Black in terms of being like a maybe bad matchup. Oh, hey, sorry, I was busy commentating and didn't realize the comment. Things are pretty good. A little midweek time to stream, which is rare, but trying to get on here a little bit more. Good to see you. Yeah, but I'd like to, if this was a meta deck, I feel like it's not, but if something like this existed, it feels like it fills a similar role to Red Black, probably a little bit worse, but has some cool things going on. Vanishing Verse is a really cool removal spell, and everything. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. So that was game 1. Once again, we're just reviewing a 5-0. Going into this one, I don't remember what I'm playing against, but we went to 3 games, so we obviously lost one of them. Hit play. This is definitely a keeper hand. You got your Llanowar Elf, you got, any lands and spells hand is usually keep, especially if you have a 1-drop. Kumano is, can be scary, but this hand has a lot of action going on. Llanowar Visionary is always good to get off on turn 2. Pretty much against any deck. Against red, it's not the best, but we're not using all our mana if we do any other play. But it does get a stomp out of their hand. I think we win this game. And obviously, like looking at this, probably seems like we're gonna win. I just want to talk about. I played Beseiju over the Overgrown Tomb. I didn't want to shock against red. I just didn't want to give them that. I know Beseiju could end up like being a kill spell, which is great. But I just ended up making a different decision. They're kind of going off. They're keeping up with us, which is a little bit surprising, honestly. I don't remember what I cast here. Oh, you know what? I'm missing it through the commentary. But playing Leaf Crown Visionary lets us play Collected Company with Nykthos because we have 5 pips. And we don't even get to see what we get. They concede. So it looks like we're gonna lose this next one. Play that. Why would you choose Elves as a Coco deck again, rather than something like Angels? This is a good question. I'm going to be honest, I haven't played Angels. I'm going to pause this while I respond. Yeah, so I really don't... I know that Angels is much better against Red-Black, so if you're looking to play a Coco deck that has a good Red-Black matchup, then Angels is the deck for you. Elves Red-Black matchup is not that great. Elves does have like a really good mono green matchup and a really good mono white matchup and a really good matchup against any other deck that plays Collected Company, except maybe Angels. They can really run away with the life totals. I think the average games Elves wins, but I've lost some on stream. I've lost some in paper. So I'd like to play a lot more of that to see who actually has the advantage. A lot of the games that I lose, it's like because they have double Resplendent Angel or whatever the one the 2/4 is. Maybe that's the Valkyrie. I don't remember. But I think the reason to play Elves is not necessarily because it's a Coco deck, but it's more because it's a Quarter Calling deck. You can really like race a lot of matchups that I don't think are expecting to be raced with Quarter Calling for Shaman, things like that. So I think that the versatility of Elves is really, really powerful. And yeah, I think the games where you're like doing your plan A even a little bit and you get a Quarter Calling off, it feels like you're cheating on mana, and cheating on mana is, probably the most powerful thing to do in Magic. So, I'm still playing it. I believe in the deck. And I think that the deck is better when sweepers aren't that great, which I think there are kind of a lot of sweepers running around the format a little bit more than usual right now. So maybe it's not the time to, like, if you don't own Elves, I wouldn't maybe recommend going and picking it up. But if you're an Elves fan, or if you want to do like a meta shakeup, I do think the deck's really powerful, and like if we get certain card replacements, I think that I can't view the deck list on this. If you get certain card replacements, I think that the deck can be really powerful. Like if we could upgrade Land of War Visionary, that would be really awesome. Maybe if we got a little bit better, like Soldiers has got a land, if Elves got a similar land, that'd be really awesome. So yeah. So anyway, match 1 drop for 1 drop. We actually have a pretty strong hand. This hand is a little bit awkward in getting out if they get a removal spell. Like you don't want to like play a Naked War Master. You definitely don't want to play a Naked Dwynen's Elite. Elvish Mystic and not using your second mana is a little bit tough. I don't remember what decision I ended up making. I feel like it would be War Master, but you might see me Mystic here. Yeah, so okay. So I ended up War Mastering. They only have 3 cards in hand. Just fingers crossed that they don't have a removal spell. It's pretty much the best we can do. But you know, they ended up having it, which is fine. So this is like a situation. So if I draw a land, Elvish Mystic and Dwynen's Elite is a really powerful play. Obviously I'm at 12, so I'm hoping to untap. You know, maybe I can like Quarter Calling next turn. Hopefully I don't get too aggressive, but I do have a lot of backup. Rampaging Ferocidon is terrible for us. Really scary stuff going on here. It feels like we can turn the corner right now, but this collecting company is gonna probably kill us with the Rampaging Ferocidon out. This is the kind of matchup where, like, if burn decks are really popular and they're all playing 4 Rampaging Ferocidons, maybe you don't want to play Elves, or maybe you want something better against them. Getting a single leaf, I feel like my collecting companies in this league are actually pretty bad. Getting a single Leafcrown Visionary in this situation is pretty bad. Anyway, I went for a double block here, hoping that I didn't have anything. This is a losing game, so like in losing games, you kind of have to take some high risks to come back. So yeah, this game's super over, right? There's pretty much nothing that happen. Even a good collected company makes us take so much damage from this Rampaging Ferocidon. And yeah, double War Master usually would be good, but I take 4 here, and this game's over. And they had the Wild Slash, so I think that what I wanted to do is Quarter Calling. I don't remember, but either way, yeah, we're super dead. Killing the Ferocidon would be, you know, trying to catch it in blocks would have been a really good play there, but obviously it was not able to happen. So we're gonna take the play against red. Looks like we mulligan and keep a pretty strong hand. You know, we lead on 1 drop. This Quarter Calling is like gonna do absolutely nothing, but we draw a second Sovereign pack. Okay, so I'm gonna take it back. Pretty weak hand. This is not the best. I'm not sure what we could even draw to like make this hand good. Eidolon isn't great. Probably gonna untap and Shaman. Yeah, looks like that's what's gonna happen. Watching this game right now, like, who do you think is gonna win? Seems like the burn deck. I would put my money on burn right now. But they're dealing themselves quite a bit of damage with Eidolon, so that's a good thing. I'm thinking right now, and I'm like, how the heck do we win? They only have 2 cards left in hand, though. So this Rex Age, killing Eidolon, you know, pretty decent. Maybe we draw a land and go like Elvish Mystic Shaman in the pack. That deals quite a bit of damage. Get this Quarter Calling up and running. That's true. That's true. Yeah, we're really playing with our life total here. Look at this. Yeah, I don't remember what happens after. This is interesting. I would have bet money on burn right here, but I do know that I win, so it's surprising. Maybe they deal themselves a lot of damage with this Ferocidon, or with this Eidolon. Because Quarter Calling, War Master. Oh, I feel like I win this game at 1 life. Am I remembering incorrectly? I definitely could be. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Leaf Crown. Okay. Oh, Elvish Warmaster gets the win. Wow. Cool. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't remember how I win, but that was a tight game. That was a tight game. Watching it go by so fast with a Warmaster pump, I was like, it was going by so fast I didn't even see it the second time around. But yeah, definitely getting that off was awesome. I was looking at my hand. I'm like, okay, double shaman on the back. Like, how did I manipulate this game so that the shaman kills them? You know, being at one, and with both of their things doing the damage. But that was really cool. Yeah, they're 1 mana away from their runes. Yeah, I don't. I think they hit every land drop though. I could be wrong. Maybe not. No, this game went on quite a while. Yeah, so they're 1 mana off of runes. They had one card in hand. I wonder what the card was in hand. Yeah, that was a nail biter for sure. Really good game. I usually think that Burn is a good matchup, but with Ferocidon in their sideboard, it definitely gets a lot harder. We have a lot of things that get around Eidolon though, like Quarter Calling, really really powerful. Anyway, that was game three. So we'll go on to this game. No idea what that is. We won in two though, so spoiler alert. Let's see what happens. What's our one lander count? Have we kept a one lander in every game? I'm up to 20 lands now. Okay, so they're playing island. So just leading on island is kind of weird. Um, oh, we win this game missing our second land drop. That's sweet. Okay, so this is Spirits. Spirits is our like best matchup probably. I'm gonna guess that we draw a land here. If I'm wrong, I'd be surprised. Okay, yeah, we got a land. So doing this and then Dwindon's Elite sets up for a really, really nice collecting company. Not collecting company, quarter calling, right? Like not attacking there. It's not obvious that we're holding up quarter calling by not attacking. Quarter calling is also for 5, so it gets around. Oh, we have to coordinate response to this, but quarter calling for 5 gets around Spell Queller. Mausoleum Wanderer on the stack is nice. We get a Lord. They only have 2 mana, so they actually can't exile our Lord, which is nice. You can really see here how Quarter Calling and Elvish Warmaster work together really, really well. I'm not remembering what I do here. Yeah, we have so much power on board, and Elvish Mystics being 3/3s, not drawing the extra card. We actually don't need it, right? Like, look at our hand. We don't need extra cards. But yeah, okay, they concede. Once again, this is our best matchup. Didn't even matter that we didn't hit a third land. We just really went wide. Play draw did matter though. We were on the play, so. Going to game 2, we're on the draw. I usually just bring out some Llanowar Visionaries and bring in some Fog Effects. Oh, I'm waiting for it to start. Here we go. I don't remember if I draw any fog effects. I keep this hand on the draw. It's a little bit scary to keep a hand like this. 4 lands is a lot. And you might be looking at this and thinking it's a 7-land hand, and I agree with you. This does look like a 7-land hand. So we're hoping for some action, and we don't get it. But we don't need it yet. We have 2 turns to draw a card. Like, we have 2 draw steps. Like, next turn, we're fine going Mystic, and then just seeing what happens from there. It's not a big deal. They attack with Mausoleum Wanderer here, and they don't let us declare blockers before Spectral Sailoring. They definitely should have let us declare blockers. But either way, we get a huge amount of mana out. Oh, you know what? We have so much mana. I didn't play Llanowar Elves, because if I draw Llanowar Visionary, then it's really good. A little bit surprised to see that resolve. Like, what could they be holding? Probably Rattle Chains. I was like waiting for Spell Queller or something like that, but yeah. So once again, I'm in a situation where I'm watching this game and thinking, how do I win? Because it doesn't seem likely. 2 lands in hand. Oh, Collected Company obviously is, great. That's not the best. But we do get to attack in with things. I did this attack right here, taking the risk that like they didn't have Collected Company, but they ended up having Catilda, which is also horrible for us. But they are pretty low. Portable Hold there is really good. Again, we're not looking like we're in a great spot. Hit us pretty hard. Leaf Crown Visionary again, had the whole time. Is this just lethal if they don't have a blocker? Oh, they have 0 cards in hand. That's... Oh, it's not. They have to actually think about it. Okay. Yeah, this is actually really big, the Despair Sentinel here. Because it's a blocker. Oh, they have 0 cards in hand, so I'm playing around Spell Pierce right here. Like if they draw a card and they draw a Spell Pierce, I want to be able to play it, so that's why I tapped here. But I also want to be able to attack if that's the best option. But Shaman of the Pack takes it, so good game there. So we're 3 games deep. Let's go to game 4. Got in 2. Okay, we keep a 2-lander. This is actually like a crazy good hand. It's weird to see hands without just like enormous problems that we're hoping to solve as this game goes on. Blood Crypt is not what you want to see early on, but it's not Fatal Push. Blood Crypt Fatal Push is like really bad. We're kind of loaded up with Llanowar Visionaries, which is awesome. Definitely don't want to leave it on War Master here. Getting the Visionaries down is big. Also, Blood Crypt into Lair of the Hydra is a big surprise. Like, what's going on with this deck? Like, what could we possibly be playing against? Ends up being, I think it's like Jund Vehicle-Z kind of deck. But you can see if they kept a hand with their turn 3 being their first play on the draw, not good at all. Definitely not fast enough. So we kind of go wide. I've kind of like played this so that Extinction Event doesn't like wreck us on either side, and then next turn we can double Shaman the Pack to win. But they just play it in the Seeker's Chariot, and the game's over. Yeah, I wasn't really sure how to board after this. Just because, like, I'm obviously just about to win. And when I do, like, look what they've revealed. They play Fable the Mirror Breaker and a Seeker's Chariot, and then another Seeker's Chariot. Like, what could they possibly have going on? I don't even remember. But I boarded as if it was red-black, right? Like, what if it was just red-black with, like, kind of, like, slightly different threats? It could be closer to, like, red-green vehicles. It's, like, less aggressive. I'm not really sure, but let's see if I'm not remembering super well, but let's see if the next time around we get more information. They're on the draw, or sorry, they're on the play, we're on the draw. Obvious mulligan. Yeah, there's like Shaper Sanctuary. Reclamation Sage obviously is, good against the only cards they revealed last game. I think I'm going to play Shaper Sanctuary first. Yep, I do, because they're kind of representing Fatal Push, and we're not really like ramping into anything turn 2, especially with this hand. So just like leading Shaper Sanctuary seems fine. I think they end up killing Shaper Sanctuary. Oh no, they trigger Shaper Sanctuary. Yeah, this game is super weird. Like, actually killing that seems bad. Like, I think Bone Crusher Giant probably could have been saved for some more impactful things. Like, killing a turn 1 elf is enormous, right? It's a big swing. But killing a turn 2 elf, like, doesn't do anything. A lot of the time. I'm not saying it's never good, but that's a really good Collected Company. I have a feeling like I get swept up or something pretty soon. I don't really remember. But yeah, this Realm Walker's not doing me any favors right now. I have no idea why I wouldn't play. Oh, I'm thinking, why didn't I play Lair of the Hydra? That's easy, because I'm holding up Collected Company. That's what happens to a Realm Walker. Okay. I think this Collected Company like misses or has something really bad. Yeah, it's not great. Single Shaman of the Pack. We can do better than that, folks. But yeah, Leaf Crown Visionary is good. They're at 13. They're about to be a lot lower. So having Lair of the Hydra, like if they sweep us up, Lair of the Hydra like is lethal. The game's pretty much in the bag. I think they're just dead no matter what their blocks are. No, they can go to 1. They do have the option to go to 1. So Lair for 4 or for 3, so that they have to block it. You know, it doesn't matter to pump more into it, and then we can play War Master here, so the game's over again. So that one was not super competitive. I wonder what that deck list looks like. I believe so. I remember thinking Pack of Rats, and I was like, oh, this is red black, isn't it? I want to see if I'm right, because I think that we do finish against red black. Looks like we're on the draw. We'll get an unkeepable hand. This is a pretty good 6. But yeah, it is against red black. All right, so this is cool because I feel like I haven't streamed a lot of wins against red black. Matchup can be a nightmare. Yeah, Thought Seizing here is pretty good. I feel like I go War Master next. I go Leaf Crown Visionary. Okay. Just trying to like hope that it survives. Either one that comes down, I just have to hope that it survives. But yeah, my logic here is like if I have Leaf Crown Visionary out, I can draw a card. Oh, I remember what happens this game. But you know, we're kind of just praying that we can do some untaps. But anyway, this War Master, we're gonna draw a card. We're at 18. We get to draw 10 cards before we lose a game. We don't have any ways to gain life in the whole 75, so we're really trying to go wide. I feel like I mess up here. Shieldred is such a house, and they're not drawing their removal spells. I'm trying to go as wide as possible so that I can like activate War Master and things like that. And you can see that I like do an okay job of that. Not the best, you know, we're not really chaining into things that we want to chain, but I am able to like possibly hold up a War Master activation, which is great. They're, you know, doing their things. They're getting to a pretty high life total. I just think that I might have been able to pressure a little bit better along the way. That stomp is pretty disgusting. Yeah, maybe I don't have an opportunity to pressure. I'm trying to think. I thought that I was having opportunities to pressure, but it doesn't look like it. That Beseiju might have been bad. I don't think I could have activated War Master, but maybe they could have counted my mana wrong. But yeah, they're just like keeping up toe-to-toe on board. If I try to like go for Death Touch with War Master, I'm not really able to make any headway. But yeah, we're just trying to see, you know, how far we can go with this. Leaf Crown Visionary, hopefully we can like, I think we have one more draw at a Collected Company. Like if this is Collected Company, we might have something going on. But yeah, one more draw step. Doesn't seem likely to be able to do anything. I guess next turn, if we Collected Company, hit double Shaman. Seems pretty good. You know, we can only draw one more card. But this game seems over. I think I try to Alpha Strike at the end. But all they have to do is sit there, right? Yeah, we draw that. I think I sat for a while, just thinking if there's anything I can do. Obviously, there's just the Alpha Strike, see what happens. I was hoping maybe I could, like, if I could have activated Nykthos twice or something like that. Sorry, activated Nykthos so that War Master could have triggered twice. That would have been cool. You know, get him down to 6. That's lower than I thought I was going to be able to do. So we end up losing game 1, which I think is our, if we're going to win a game against Red Black, it's game 1. But Shield return 4, a little bit tough. Drew a lot of lands too. So keep a 1-lander on the play. This is so risky. I'm actually surprised I kept this at all. But okay, yeah, it paid off. Hopefully we draw another land. I think I do and go double War Master. My guess is double War Master. Oh no, okay. That's a pretty good follow-up to my turn. Yeah, the turns they have Fatal Push are always so powerful. But anyway, as long as we don't get swept, it feels pretty good. But they 2 for 2 on the draw. You know, that's a good display from them. I choose a Realm Walker over Collected Company, thinking that it would be better getting Shaper Sanctuary out and stuff like that. They end up not using Collected Company, which is so brutal. I remember being really disappointed. I don't think like Thoughtseize doesn't feel that great for me, like in my opinion, for them to bring in. Maybe I'm wrong, but they are unable to make meaningful developments also, so that's pretty good. We get our Vivian out, and it's kind of like game over when Vivian comes out. I feel like it's difficult for them to win. You know, if they Shieldred is right there, you know, it's a different game. But other than that, we're able to just kind of run this whole thing out and make some headway. You know, drawing the second Vivian's not great. Definitely better things to draw. But yeah, I think activating is just lethal by a lot, if I remember correctly. Actually, I feel like, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I regret doing this at like immediately after I did it. I feel like I get swept up and ends up being bad, but I could be wrong. Is the game over? Maybe this is where they conceded. Yeah, that one wasn't super clear. Like, it might have been a good idea for me to develop my board in a meaningful way, but maybe committing to more 2-drops, like it's better to hold it in my hand. I don't know. Applying pressure is always a good thing. So close game against Red Black, we ended up winning after a close game that we ended up losing. And here's our last one. Oh, we gotta hit this button and go. Good hand. A little surprised I kept, but 1-drops aren't as important here. There's Thoughtseize coming in again. I've never felt like it was great, but Shaper Sanctuary is like the literal best card I could have drawn right there. I've been really into Shaper Sanctuary recently. Like I feel like it's gonna be defining, like game defining here, but we'll see. You know, War Master sets up for a Visionary next turn or a second War Master next turn. You know, obviously drawing this card is amazing. What a weird way to go about things for them. They just discard a land. So I think War Master into Llanowar Elves here. Nice. I was gonna say I think I Visionary, but getting more cards down is always good. Shieldred's good here. Only lets us draw 10 cards for the rest of the game. You know, not the best. But we do have a pretty decent go wide strategy right now. And Shaper Sanctuary is, you know, obviously really good. If they land a sweeper and say odd, it's not even that good for them. And if they say even, they lose their Shieldred. So we're actually, you know, still in a pretty decent spot. You know, the only life total that we met, like once we get down to 6, we got to start worrying. But until then, we kind of have a lot of time. This Shaman of the Pack is going to deal a lot of damage. Our attack is going to deal a lot of damage. A lot of things kind of going our way. The Fable of Mirrorbreaker is not great though. We'll say that. I think they end up like gaining like so much life off the second part of it, but what are you gonna do? So double trigger there. That feels great. End up shocking. I don't remember shocking. Oh, we have 7 mana. Okay, that makes it easier. 3 things back. You know, all we have to do is not take a hit, and hope that the Shaman of the Pack kind of wraps things up. It is nice that Shieldred's even and our board, like naming odd is not that bad, not that good for them. You know, it gets them a couple things on Extinction Event, but naming even is really good. Sky Sovereign's pretty good here. Ends up getting us a card. That's nice. Yeah, we're at 4. We do have to start thinking about things. I'm definitely not going to draw a card with Shaman of the Pack because I don't want to die to Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, they can't cast it anyway. But the Shaman ends up doing enough to kill them after attacks. So there's a league. We did a decent spread. You know, we beat Red Black. We beat Spirits. I guess the other 3. were not super meta decks, but I was happy with it. Ended up going pretty well. So yeah, let's take a look at the deck list just so you can see. Probably should have done this at the beginning of the video, but you know, we're not professionals here. This is the list that I was using. Really like the main. I really don't think I'd like change cards. I've moved things around. Like I was on 4 Forest, but that's when I had this on the sideboard, right? That's for the past. I'm up to 2 Llanowar War Wastes. Trying to cast Golgari Charm or whatever black cards. I have a Secluded Courtyard. Down to a 3 of from a 4 of. Oh, thanks for chatting, Andre. Do I pretty much play exclusively Pioneer, other formats too? Right now, I'm pretty much exclusively playing Pioneer on stream. I was playing Modern for a while. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Modern right now. I'm not huge into the playstyle. And I guess like as a player, I struggle with mastering multiple formats anyway. I like to kind of like really dig my teeth into one thing at a time. I've been playing. Let's not forget this card. I've been playing a lot of Elves. I like to try to explore things on my own and really like truly master them. And I feel like I'm doing that with Elves. I think that the deck has a lot of legs that people are kind of ignoring right now. So that's what I've been doing. But are there other formats that you're interested in seeing? But anyway, cards that I'm happy with. One Scavenging Ooze actually feels kind of cool. Pretty happy with that. Golgari Charm. I haven't cast it in the league, but I think it's really good against control right now. And I think cutting the misses made this list a little bit worse against control. But yeah, happy with pretty much everything. I took out Stain the Mind. Could put that back in, but I just don't think it beats the combo decks.